let's look at how to stay light on your feet while at the same time staying rooted to the ground. So in Kung Fu training, you have these things that are called stances or postures. And each posture is designed to give you balance in different positions of your body. What's important to understand here is that when you're doing a posture, you're not just trying to hold a deep pose just for the sake of holding the deep pose. You're trying to position your hip into the floor. So whatever it is, if it's a cat stance, if it's a bow stance or a horse stance, you're always trying to make it so your hip can drive the weight of your upper body through the floor. And likewise, vice versa, you're driving the weight of the floor through the rest of your body. And the way you do this is by maintaining a slightly curved posture. So in the back, we'll look at a bow stance. If I'm standing in a bow stance, if I'm standing wide and my butt's sticking out, my chest is really high, I am not transferring force effectively at all. It's basically all the energy shooting in different positions, or all the force is shooting in different directions. But if I'm able to rock under and get rid of this little bend in the back, making it a nice curve, then I can transfer force directly through the body. And that's actually a big component of Kung Fu training, is understanding that force transfer. That applies to standing techniques. It also applies to techniques on the ground as well, or if you're holding a weapon or whatever it might be. So if you're looking at a fighting stance, right? If we're looking at a fighting stance right here, as opposed to just, I want to be light on my feet, so I'm just going to rise on my toes. That's not really going to do a whole lot of good, because if I just rose up on my toes to stay light on my feet, I have nothing left in my knees, I have nothing left in my back, I have nothing left in my chest to shoot out. So the real key here is to drop your shoulders, drop your hip. You see, you get rid of that curve in the lower back. The hip rolls forward. Then rock onto the balls of your feet. See how the knees are slightly bent? Now from here you have all that spring. You have a lot of spring from your legs for whatever it is that you want to do. Shoot down, whatever it is that you need to do. If I'm just rising onto the toes without bending the knees and without activating my hip, it's like I'm a stiff board. I only have the power of my toes to do something. It's just not going to be that powerful. But once you can engage your hip under, and you could really shoot some power out of your feet, or all the way through your arms, or it can pertain to a throw or whatever it is that you need to do. So, key points. Rock hip under, drive toes into the floor. Round out the body. Once you do that, you'll be able to generate force more efficiently than if you're stiff and straight like a board.